on It's Supernatural. Before Earthquake Kelly's son died, he asked his father to promise him one thing. See how this one promise changed Earthquake Kelly's life. Find out how Earthquake Kelly and his son met in heaven years later. Hear about the important message from his son, and discover the hidden truths that were revealed to Earthquake Kelly in heaven.
Do angels exist? Are healing miracles real? Is there life after death? Can people get supernatural help from another dimension? Has the future been written in advance? Sid Roth has spent 25 years researching the strange world of the supernatural. Join Sid on this edition of It's Supernatural.
Hello, Sid Roth here. Listen, welcome to my world where it's naturally supernatural. You wouldn't want to live anywhere else. So listen, my guest, Earthquake Kelly, he was trained to be a voodoo high priest. He was supposed to go off to Haiti and work with Papa Doc Duvalier. But something happened along the way. I mean, he knew the name of evil spirits. He could call out a spirit and someone would get sick. Someone would have financial difficulty. Someone would die. He knew these spirits by name. And from a drug overdose, he died. And when he died, he left his body and he literally experienced hell. But he was pulled back by the prayers of his mother. And shortly thereafter, he went to a service and he dedicated his life to God. Now he knows how to call out these spirits, against these spirits, and in a power that is higher than the name of these spirits. In the name of Jesus, he can set people free, but specifically by the names of these demons. Well, take me to the time your son, Scott, he does something kind of unusual with it. You're horsing around with him, boxing with him.
Right.
What happened?
Right. December 6, 1998, well, we were in the kitchen, and I had 3 sons and wanted to make them tough. So me being an ex-professional boxer, I was hitting them. You know, my wife said, "Don't hit him too hard," you know. So I tagging around with them a little bit, and they could never hit me. And I was, you know, I said, "Oh, the old man is really smooth, huh?" You know, they could never get me. So he stopped and he grabbed me. I thought he was trying to, like we do in boxing, grab me in the clutch and stuff like that. But he was crying. I said, "What's the matter? What's the matter, man? You know, what's wrong?" You know, I thought I hit him too hard, and I felt so bad. He said, "No, Dad, you didn't hit me hard." He said, "I want you to promise me that you will never stop preaching deliverance, and you'll never stop helping the least, the last, and the lost people who are coming through here." He said, "You promise me that you'll never stop ministering to people, never stop preaching this deliverance message." And I told him, I said, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to continue to do that." And he let me go, and he ran out the house crying. And my wife said, "What happened? What's wrong?" And I said, "I don't know. You know, I don't know. He just told me not to stop preaching and helping people." And something bad happened the very next day.
You got a phone call. What did they tell you?
I was in Nevada preaching a message, and my wife called me, and by the sounds of her voice, I knew something was wrong, Sid. I knew something was real wrong. And she told me that he was carjacked, and he was shot in the chest point blank, and he was dead. And that was I'm telling you.
Somehow he must have had a premonition.
Seemed like it. Yeah, he was getting ready to go home, be with the Lord.
And shortly thereafter, all of a sudden, did you have a headache or?
Yeah, I had a real bad headache, and I didn't think much of it. You know, being a boxer, ex-boxer, I started one of those old fights catching up to me. Plus, I wrestled too for a little while when I retired. Maybe somebody threw me down backwards or something like that. So about 2 days later, my wife trying to get me to go to the hospital, discovered they had a brain aneurysm and didn't even know it. Just like dead man walking, as far as some people say. But I didn't even know I had a massive hemorrhage, subarachnoid hemorrhage of the brain.
He died on the operating table. And when he died, as bad as the experience was of getting that phone call that his son had been shot in a drive-by shooting, this is how good it was. He left his body and he went to heaven. Tell me the first things that you saw.
I saw an angel. He was much taller than I am. And he said, walk around. And it was so beautiful. As far as you could see, as far as eyes could see, it was just beautiful. Flowers like I've never seen before. It said, awesome. And it was like it was just praising God. I looked at the grass, and the grass was so well manicured. And each blade, it had like a diamond or emblem in it. And it was just so beautiful. The colors that are there is like any colors. The environment, the scenery is just, oh man, it's just so beautiful. And I walked along this river that I saw coming out of this big, beautiful golden palace, and it was like liquid diamonds. It was just moving the waves of this river. And then I heard a voice of I believe they were angels, was singing, far better than any choir I've ever heard combined. All of them together on earth could not compare to what I've heard and saw there in the trees.
You know, I almost feel like when you're saying this earthquake, you're reliving it.
Oh, I love it. Oh, man.
That's why it almost feels, man. I mean, it's like you're in a different realm when you're talking about
we talk like that. It's like I get homesick.
All right, so this river?
Yes, a river coming out of this big golden palace. And it was like it was moving. All of it was working together. The grass swaying, the river moving, and the angelic beings that were singing, and the big trees were, oh man, they were so big and looked like they were bowing down to praising God. And then there's no shadow. I didn't cast a shadow because the light hits you from all over the place. It's just a beautiful, radiant, awesome place. But
you saw someone.
Yes.
Tell me about that.
As I went along the edge of the river, as I walked along the edge of the river, I was looking, trying to see some of the saints that I know. I went to their homegoing service, and I saw something on the other side, and they saw me. And of course, I was looking for somebody very special. It was my son, Scott. And I saw him, and he saw me. And I said, Scott, it's you. It's you. I said, how do I get over there to the other side where you are?
There was what, like a river was separating you?
Yeah, between us. I was on one side of the river, he was on the other. And I wanted to get over there to just give him a hug, and he said, you can't come in here now, Dad. You have to go back. You made God a promise. You made me a promise that you would go finish the work that you have to do. And then I said, no, I want to come over there with you. I don't want to go back down there no more. I really want to stay here in this place. He said, no, Dad, you're not finished. You have to go back. And I was trying to find a boat. I was trying to find a tire, a raft, anything to get over there. I didn't want no more parts of coming back here because that place is so awesome. No headaches, Sid. I had a headache. I'm telling you, it was so bad and having pain.
What did you feel like? What did you feel like in heaven?
Oh man, it's just you can describe it the best you can. It's just like you feel the presence of God everywhere. The love. There's so much love there, man. It's just like it's just everywhere you step. It's just that God is embracing you with His love.
I have never met anyone that has had an experience like you, even though they love their family and they want to come, you know, they miss their family. The pull is so strong to stay. Is that what happened to you?
Yeah. Because the faith that I had in God, I knew my family would be in good hands. I knew that because I know my wife is saved. She loves Jesus and all of that. And I'll see her later on. But right now I wanted to stay there because I was just enjoying it so much. To missing them is not like you miss people down here. It's different. Your mindset, once you get in there, your mindset is completely different. There's no sorrow. You don't see missing people as a sorrowful thing. It's like, you know, you're in God's hand because the love of God is showing you. I love them. They're in my hands, you know, and it's just beautiful.
So what did your son say to you?
He told me, he said, you have to go back. And he reminded me of, Dad, you remember when we had that conversation that you promised me that you would finish the work. Finish the work that you have to do. And he said, you can't come in there. You have to finish. You still have a great work to do. There's people that still need to hear what you have to say. And that's exactly what happened. He told me that.
Okay, but you were given instructions of what to say on earth.
Right.
Tell me some of the things you were told to inform. Well, tell me about those little children you saw in heaven.
Certainly. I'd be delighted.